Family and Politics, the new show in Houston. Today, I'm so excited. We have an actress here from the fan craze, The Chosen. Today, we have Amber Williams, who plays as Tamar in The Chosen. Amber, welcome to our show. I'm
Thank
so excited to have you.
thank you so much, Dr. Raj. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Did you ever think in a million years you will be a part of something that is just so big?
Absolutely not. I can tell you when I signed on for the show, I always called it the little series that could. When I signed up for it, I just did it because I really loved the writing. It like jumped off the page as soon as I read it. I saw the first four episodes that were out at the time, and I was like, this is good. And there's not a lot of stuff that you watch, it leaves you feeling better after you watched it. And
Exactly.
yes, and The Chosen was one of those things. I was like, I have to be a part of this project. I was living in Spain, so I like flew myself all the way to Texas, got my own hotel and everything just to be a part of the show.
So for people that don't know, tell us a little bit about what Chosen is.
Okay, The Chosen started as like the first multi-season show about the life of Christ through the eyes of all of those around him, the disciples, the people that he's come across, those that he's healed. And it gives you a really interesting perspective of how all of these very unique and individual people who actually existed in this time, because we have to remember they're people. Nothing much has changed in 2,000 years.
And Jesus is still in the people business.
Exactly.
This is the interesting thing. When we first saw you on the side of the road, meeting Jesus, we never thought that you would end up becoming a character to reckon with. And so, tell us about Tamar.
Well, I'm going to say I was right there with you. I absolutely had no idea at all whatsoever the place that Tamar began and where she ended. She is the only Gentile in the group. She was born of Ethiopian parents, grew up in Egypt. She has quite the story, which we're really going to delve into in season three. Kind of learn about who she is and why she is. But she is the friend that brought the paralytic to Jesus to be healed for the first like public miracle. And the really great thing about that is Tamar, this particular Tamar, is never quite named specifically by name in the Bible. She's like many people were in that time who were referred to as the friend of the paralytic, or as characters like Zebedee who are mentioned like maybe once or twice, but what the Chosen is doing, and it's taking these characters who either unnamed, and breathing life into them of people who would have actually existed and how they would have been in that time. And I love that she's so diverse and she brings a lot of um, outside perspective to the group as well. Because, like you said, she was just there for an episode, and I guess they liked me or something because
You
they
know,
brought me around.
in fact, we go through the Bible and there's lots of people that are unnamed, but yet their encounter with Christ is documented through his history. The woman at the well, I mean,
Yes,
documented. And so, do you relate personally to this character? Who would you relate more to for
I
your
do.
own personal life?
No, I do. I do. I think relate a lot to Tamar. She's very much the other, and we'll see that a lot more too in season three, where she is kind of this it, loud, determined, different. She's the other. Yeah, she doesn't look like everyone else, you know. And I feel like I've been the other quite a bit when I walk into the room and the only face that looks like mine. Um, the only voice that sounds like mine. I moved to Spain, and it's you're even more the other here, and I can relate to her on that sense. But also, I think there's kind of some intermixing when it comes to how much of me I put into her, how much of the character is actually affecting me as a person. And it's like her tremendous faith and unwavering faith has really inspired me as a human being to be relying on mine a lot more than I ever did before.
So, okay, so I had a big my bad back
Uh,
during Easter because for some reason I thought I had in my head or I got some bad information that Chosen was going to be out season 3 around Easter. I told all of my 52,000 Facebook friends, it's today, and I got everybody all excited, and we're all sitting in front of the TV, and it's like tweet, 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 tweet. And so, why is it taking so long to give us its content?
I mean, everything good is worth waiting for, in my opinion.
I preach.
But you know what? The wait is over because we have 10 more sleeps. That's it before we premiere in theaters. I'm so excited because just like everyone else, I'm a fan. I'm sitting there looking at my watch like, you guys, when are we releasing? Because I've been waiting. And people are bugged. They're in my DMs asking
I
me. So
know they are. And this is me. And I don't rarely watch something twice. I don't. But there was something about The Chosen that first with my husband, he was the one that was watching it over and over again. And then I began watching it over again. And the more I talk to people on social media, they're talking about, oh yeah, I'm on my seventh time and all. I mean, they're addicted. And so, I mean, but you got to be addicted to the word of God. Now you mentioned, okay, so you mentioned, can you give us a date and so how are we supposed to find The Chosen this
yes.
time?
So we will be premiering episode 1 and 2 of season 3 on November 18th in theaters across the country, as well as other English-speaking countries. But if you are looking for tickets and how to get tickets, you can go to www.thechosentickets.com. Put in your zip code, it'll show you the theaters. You can choose the time, like you just get in there. Even if you like kind of your church group or something, they want to put on like a group showing, there's a way for you to do that as well. And it'll kind of walk you through all of that on there. So I'm really, really excited because not just that, but then we're rolling out the rest of the episodes in December just like I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks later, we'll be starting with the rest of the episode. So there's like that month long wait or 2 or 3 years
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. It's coming and it's rolling out. So I'm excited.
I look forward to binge watching, really. um so what have been the challenges? We heard from Jensen that that 7 episodes, 7 seasons were written out, but what is taking so long? I mean, because people are fiending. They
Yeah.
are really feasting for The Chosen.
Yeah. I think it's happening in God's time as it's supposed to, like everything does. And I think when you want something, you love something so much, you want it faster.
Yeah.
But like most series, we have been bringing them out every year. We've been coming out with the next season. So that's been really encouraging as well. So I think with from season 3 on out that we're going to have a lot more consistency with the way that we're going to be rolling these out, and so it's going to be a lot more like a little easier on us fans to kind of
Yes.
know when things are coming. But I think also good things that they put a lot of work, they put a lot of research, and they put a lot of time into the writing on this show and into the production of the show. And I think that that's going to be something that that does add value to the Chosen series in general. And so we don't want to just put something out there really quick because it's going to be like that cookie cutter that we often get with a lot of faith-based shows and TV
Right.
series. They're
Right.
doing that's what we want to do is get used to different. But now that our set is all built and
Hmm.
we don't have to rely on anybody else, we have a sound stage. We have like it's been amazing, and that's definitely going to speed up production as well.
Okay, okay. Are there any secrets you can tell us? Any like just little juicy
Now,
tidbit?
Dr. Hyde, let me, you're gonna get me in trouble. Okay, I can maybe say that a couple things. So one of them is that we're gonna be far more accessible globally than we ever have been before. We'll be finding out more about that in the next couple of months. And also for season 3, we are going to be diving deep into a lot of the listen. I got let me into a lot of the stories and to character development, and we're gonna get to see a lot more woman power too. So we're gonna see a lot more tomorrow, and we're gonna see a lot more of that woman power too of like the dynamic because we have unique existence as a woman. There's unique burdens that we carry, and oftentimes we do we carry these burdens and other people's burdens at the same time, and it's not ours. And so we get to see how those unique challenges we have as women, and the hard part that comes after you decide to follow Jesus. Because the easy part is like, yeah, I'm gonna follow Jesus. Yeah. The hard part is staying that path, and we're going to see all those challenges play out in season 3.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for being a blessing to others, because this is truly, I think it was an ordained mission, the chosen. So what do you hope that people take away? Because I think this time around more new people are going to be seeing it. And so what do you want them to take away?
A lot more new people are going to be seeing this, and what I want them to take, I want them to feel good when they leave. I want them to feel triumphant, because one thing that I love about The Chosen that's not common with a lot of things that we consume nowadays when it comes to media and film and TV is it's often quite traumatizing when it's over. The Chosen, it is like
Gonna need therapy.
I be stressed. Like sometimes I don't even finish an episode or a season because I'm like so anxious. Um, but with The Chosen, so I'm not going to say they're not without taking risk, because I love the risk they take when they're telling these stories. But it's a story of triumph too, because at the end there's just an overwhelming feeling of goodness. Like you feel good after you watch it. And that's what I want for everyone who sees the shows. I want them to feel good when it's over. I want them to be able to relate to someone. There's so many characters there that we have on the show. I want them to feel better. I want them to feel inspired. I want them to feel blessed by it, like it's blessed me, and those who already love it. I just that's my biggest prayer, is that it keeps growing and touching lives and touching hearts, and I keep getting those messages from people who tell me how much it's changed their lives.
All right. Well, okay. So if a fan wants to message you, how do they do that? What's the best way to do that? Or
Well, they
where do
can
you send
either
their mail?
I love getting tagged on Instagram, and also on Facebook, and then my website at ambershannawilliams.com. There's a little contact page there if you want to send me a message, tell me how much you love the show. I would love to receive. I get pictures and drawings, so if you got any of those, you can send those to me too.
Oh,
Awesome.
thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much for blessing us, blessing me with your presence. And I know that you're busy, and I just pray in the name of Jesus that you continue to be blessed in everything you do and everywhere you go. Thank you for spending time with us, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you. Same. Bye, Dr. Hyde.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you, Ms. Delaney. Welcome back to God, Family, and Politics. Today, our show is all about Chosen. We just got off an interview with Tamar, but right now we have I'm sorry, Kirk Waller, but he's Gaius, in our head. And that's how we know him, is Gaius. And Kirk, you're not just a run-of-the-mill, actor. They said, come on over here and act, but you've been doing some things. You've been over in 150 plus TV shows and everything. Tell us about some of the things you've done. X-File being one of my favorite shows. Tell us about some of the stuff that you've been doing.
In the past, you mean?
Yes, sir. In the past.
Well, first of all, it's lovely to 1 second. Sorry. First of all, it's lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored and grateful to be here. And it's a parenting.
It was Parenting Connections. It was Parenting Connections just recently in Houston. The show has changed. We are on Channel 17 in Houston. It's now going to be God, Family, Politics. Just a little bit of everything that I love. So you'll be on that. Amen. And we're going to air this out tonight, but you'll also go on a Saturday morning TV show.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Again, thank you for having me. I'm very blessed. I'm whatever it is, over 160 things. I don't know. I'm not good at this kind of stuff.
You've been doing this for a while.
I've worked with okay, how about this? I've worked with Steven Spielberg twice, Clint Eastwood, Wolfgang Peterson, Ang Lee, yeah, I'm
And
just,
you're so humble. You're so humble about it. I love it. I love it. Tell us what it was like to work on The Chosen, because you carry a very important part. I mean, you're the protector of Matthew, and we love Matthew. But in your words, what is it like to work on The Chosen?
I guess the best way to describe that is I have been friends with and have worked with Dallas Jenkins, the creator, for over 20 years.
Wow.
I, we got to know each other in 1999, I believe it was, or 2000. And I've been grateful and honored to be a part of everything he's made. Basically, almost everything he's ever done, I've been in. And so he's a friend. And so for me, it's a blessing because he's been telling great stories for a long time. And not a lot of people really paid attention, or not enough the way I felt that they should or could. And so it's really a great honor to see what's happening now. I'm not surprised. He's one of the most loyal men I've ever met. I love him
Wow.
deeply, and he and his family. So for me, that's where it started, is our friendship. He just called me and said, "Hey, would you be interested in doing this?" And I'm like, "Dude, anything and always for you." So I auditioned because he's not the only one making the decision, and was lucky enough to be hired and just started doing the show. We shot those first 4 episodes in 2018, and then in 2019 it was all spread out, and now it's more sort of succinct, but it's been a journey even to get where we are in season 3. So I
You
hope I
know,
answered.
it's been amazing, and I'm not much, gets me excited. But this show, I'm a huge fan. I'm a crazy fan
Why are you a crazy fan?
because because to be able to see Jesus portrayed, we hear it, we read the Bible, but to really have a picture, but to see the human side of him, because me, if you knew anything about my past, you would know that I was the woman of the well. I was the woman caught, not that I could ever committed adultery, but I was the woman, that, was out there in the streets, and the homeless person. And I know in the Bible, the Jesus that I know, he was at the well with that woman that was broken. And so to actually see it on screen, what Dallas did, what y'all are doing, is you're showing that human side of Jesus, where he was interacting with the people. We get caught up into temples, into buildings, and this interview is supposed to be about you, not about me. But we
Well,
get so caught up into buildings and religion, and we forget about the relationship. And so we're seeing this relationship being built. Let me get back to you. I'm sorry. I totally.
no, I asked you the
You're
question because I'm more interested in you, but
so sweet. So, um, the it's just that's why I'm a fan. And so I am a Jesus fan. And so what this show did was change, we're all caught up in some type of media. I mean, you have to be a Buddhist monk not to be caught up in social media, or some type of media some way. So this show, I felt like it was the first show in a long time that was quality, that was made for us. And if I say just for us, then then there's some bigotry in there. But it was made for everybody, but it included us.
yeah, no,
And
that's
us, the regular Christian person. We have something, and to be able to see Jesus on the screen, and then to know what he's getting ready to say of the situation, and to have that visual of what, because a lot of people are visual, and so to have the visual of the Bible walking around is an amazing thing.
yeah,
Your relationship with Matthew, and I think a lot of people are trying to figure out, because at some points we feel like you actually really care for him, not just being a bodyguard, And I know you're not the character, but your character Gaius. Can you give us a little insight into what the character possibly feels for Matthew? Because I think that's important to us, because we feel like there's something genuine there, but although you're still a Roman guard, you know, you're still a politician. No, but not that you are, you know, not that Gaius is, but you're still one of them or whatever. Tell us
Yeah.
about the relationship a little bit.
Well, first of all, nobody thinks they're a bad guy. And everybody's doing what they believe is to them to be right and justified. And so the Romans were no different. You know, it's easy to vilify the Romans, but if you don't, and you see them as human beings, then we really have something to talk about. Because if you just dismiss them, then your hero's not going to look that strong. The stronger your villain, the stronger your hero. So that's where I would start. The other thing for me is, the way I approach acting is that Gaius is Kirk and Kirk is Gaius. There's really no separation. The difference is the time period and the situation. If I were to walk into your place there and grab that TV off the wall and smash it, you would have a reaction because you have placed value on that. So my job as an actor is to build a world and live in it. And the first question I always ask myself is, what would I do if I were in this situation? And if I were, let's say I was your boss and we had a working relationship, it's not going to work if I hold dominance over you, if I treat you with disrespect and I yell and scream at it. It's not true to life. Human beings are human beings. So if I'm going to work with somebody 8 hours a day, I'm going to have a relationship with them. Even though I have the authority because I'm a Roman, it doesn't mean that I don't see and care about this young man. The other thing is, my job is to serve and to protect. That's the way I see my role as Gaius, is to serve and protect and to help uphold the values of the Republic of Rome. And so I'm going to do that to my best of my ability. You know, infrastructure, roads, medicine, water. You know, we're doing good things as Rome. Sometimes, you know, we can get a little off track, but my relationship to Matthew is the way I would be if I were in that situation. And then as the show develops and the writers develop, Matthew and I end up in certain situations, and you can't help but have more of a connection under those situations. Like, hey, don't go talk. I got to go tell Quintus he made a mistake. No, you don't. No. You don't want to go in there. I've seen him kill people for saying stuff like that. So no, you don't want to do that.
Right.
The relationship builds, and I have a genuine care and concern, because whether he's in the tax booth or outside the tax booth, I want him to be safe. And so that's what would happen to me under those circumstances, is I would care. It's not just a job. What I'm trying to say, ultimately, as human beings, everything becomes personal. And hey, he even helped me get a raise, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And now I'm a primi ordine. So there's all kinds of reasons to care about him and be concerned for his well-being. So that I just wanted to bring that truth and you know, I'm not a villain with a twist.
Absolutely. True life. True, well,
yeah.
Fiction, but true life. Mr. Wallerkirk, thank you so much. And I've already kept you past your time. I hope you will come back on the show so we can talk to you a little bit longer.
I'd love it. Anytime.
Just be blessed, and just ride this and have fun. And thank you for being a blessing to us.
And thank you for being a blessing to me today, and for all your support and helping us get the word out. I'm honored and grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.